Hey guys, there's golf on TV if anybody wants to watch. Hey, are there batteries in this thing? All right. Hey, Spieth's putting for birdie. Spieth's putting for birdie. Going. Yes. Yes. Birdie for Spieth. Birdie for Spieth. Oh my gosh. Caw. Spieth putting for eagle. He's putting for eagle, guys. For eagle. Come on. Going. Yes. The eagle has landed. Eagle for Spieth. Eagle for Spieth.
Make him stop.
No. Enough cowbell.
Enough cowbell? What do you mean? Everybody wants more cowbell. Apparently, rooting for Jordan Spieth is frowned upon in this establishment. I may as well start the show now. Let's bring in our blueprint. As always, we're starting off with Build It and Kiss, and we're gonna go out on course. And then in the middle of the show, I've got a special secret guest for you, but I'm not telling you who it is just yet. And then at the end, we're gonna make a Golf Kingdom field trip. Everybody loves field trips, and we're gonna take a field trip to my indoor sanctuary. And as always, we're gonna close with It's a Time to Rise. Are you ready? Because it's time to build here in the Golf Kingdom.
Welcome to the #1 golf variety show in the world. Are you ready to build your game? Here's your host, Rob Strano.
Well, they've taken my cowbell away, but the thing they haven't taken away is our great show we're about to have. It's Golf Kingdom and it's Build It time, where I'm going to help you build a better key to the backswing and a better key to chipping with something simple that you get all the time that's kind of annoying. What is that annoying thing? No, it's not when your neighbor comes to the door. I'm not talking about when you get that happening. I'm talking about this. These packing pads you get, these little inflatable pads right here. I'm going to help you build two parts to your game that will be better using these. So you get these in your packing, you don't know what to do with them. So what do? You have fun and you pop them, right? Well, before you pop them, maybe think about helping your backswing. Now, let me talk about the mistake before I give you the fix. So the mistake in the backswing is when a player swings back, this arm gets too close to your body and this elbow sticks out like that. And this arm is crammed against you here. So it's almost like you're trying to touch this arm to this shoulder and it's collapsing. So you got to create space there. So you can do it one of two ways. You can take your packing pads here and you can tape them to your shoulder, or I'm going to go ahead and untuck my shirt. It'll be a little unprofessional, but I'm going to stuck it up in my shirt here. So it's right up in my right shoulder there. So now I've got a puffy space here. So when I swing back, I don't want to cram my arm against that puffy space. That puffy right there sticking out makes my arm stop right here. You can see the nice gap I've got. This elbow can stay in front of me, and I fix my backswing. So tuck it in here. You can tuck as many as you need to create as big a pad as you can. It won't interfere with your swing at all. I can still swing normally. I just can't take this arm back as far as I want to. I come through, it's no big deal. So tuck that in your shirt right there. It'll keep this arm from going back and collapsing as this elbow wants to do that going back. So it puts that in position. Now, let me pull this out of here. It's like a magic trick. Now, let's help your short game. One of the big mistakes I see in short game is players go to chip the ball or pitch it even. Pitch being a shot that flies farther, a chip being a shot that flies shorter and rolls. But I see a lot of players go to hit them and you back up. You don't want to back up because when you do that, if this is the ball and that's the club, you're hitting it with the edge of the club where there's no loft. So to keep from backing up, you want to go ahead, put that pad on the ground, get set up, and lightly put your foot on top of it, and just take swings and not pop those pads. See, I'm not stepping on them and popping them. If I go backwards, I'm going to pop it. So you'll see it happen in a second. So put that down, get your balance on your lead leg, put your foot lightly on top of it, and just practice taking chipping strokes and doing that. You can practice this while you're watching golf on TV or football or any of your favorite sports. The commercial comes on. Don't start flipping the channel. Stay there. Put this down. You don't even have to have a club. Look, I'll do it without a club. I'll get set up. I'll get my balance. I'll stand on it. Learn to do this. You'll be a better chipper and pitcher of the ball if you can do that. You'll be worse if you get set up and you chip and you go like that. Oops, that's flattened. So we don't want to go backwards. Do this, and we'll build a better backswing and better chipping pitching contact. Okay, are you ready? Because here it comes. Mwah! It's the KISS segment. Keep it simple, Strano. Yes, something simple to help your game. Now, what I see a lot going on in the swing is I see a lot of players trying to help the ball in the air and go backwards and they swing. When you do that, your shoulders don't move correctly. I'm going to give you the keep it simple Strano thought to help you get moving correctly through the shot, holding spine angle, and hopefully getting rid of those fat shots where you hit behind it. Now let's go to the wide view here. So here's what we want. When you do this, the move that's incorrect looks like this. You come down to the ball and you're backing up and your shoulders finish at this angle and level. It looks like this. You back up and you finish at that angle. We don't want that. We want to finish with what I call the trail shoulder. For a right hander, it's your right shoulder. We want to finish with your trail shoulder low and forward. So we don't want to finish high and leaned back. We want to finish low and forward. Practice this right now. Everybody up. Come on. Everybody get up. We're going to practice it together. Cross your arms. Take your golf setup. Swing back. Come through and bring this shoulder down right over the ball. And keep it low, right there, low, and keep driving it forward, and you'll finish here. So see how I'm low and forward. I'm not up and back. Once again, arms crossed, low and forward, like I'm trying to throw the shoulder past the ball. Low and forward, right there. Practice that. Practice it without a club, practice it with a club. Practice it as much as you can. When you look at your video, if you find yourself like this, practice getting low and forward to clean up these mishits, especially the fat shots. Here we are in that no man's land of golf, 40 yards to a front flag, the shot everybody hates. So you grab your 60-degree wedge. Why? Because you've got it in your bag and all the tour players have a 60-degree. So you figure, I'm going to flip this 60-degree wedge right in front of this flag and make it stop. The mistake players make is you get set up here and you go back good and you come through and you dump the foul through. When you dump the foul through, you dump the shot, and there it goes short. It's going to land way short of the green. It's not going to get up there, and you've dumped it in the bunker, or you've hit the slope and it rolls back. You just never gave it a chance. Here's your 2 tips to play your 60-degree wedge from 40 yards. Number one thing you have to do is you have to finish the front side of the shot. I'm going to go through and finish the front side. You have to trust 60 degrees aloft. You have to trust that it's going to hit the shot for you. So we're going to go back. And it's going to come through. I'm going to finish the front side of the shot and trust that 60 degrees of loft isn't going to go too far. So finish the front side. I finished the front side. Look at that going in there, spinning in there. Hey, that was pretty good. I liked that one. Now, second point is, and I'm going to really focus on this one and do it here, is I want to try to hit the flag. I'm going to try to hit the flag, not the bottom of the cup, not just get it on the green. In order to finish the front side of the shot and make sure I get this ball there, I want to go ahead and try to hit the flagstick with it. If I hit the flagstick with it, chances are I'll get it there and finish the front side. So I'm looking at the flag. I'm going to try to beam the flagstick with this ball, finish the front side of it. Well, I finished that one good. Just left the flag spinning and stopping, but I finished the front side. I tried to hit the flag, and I got those up by the flag, up over the bunkers, onto the green with an aggressive shot, trusting 60 degrees aloft would make the ball stop and stay. Try these 2 things, and I bet your 40-yard shot to those front flags improves. We're back here from our encore segment on those front flag pitch shots. Now, we got a great guest coming up here in the Golf Kingdom. You're not going to want to miss it. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be back in just a second.
If you can find more distance, you get that much more of an edge.
The ball has to perform consistently in every condition.
To gain an edge, I need to see the breaks other people can't.
That's why I play Chromesoft XLS.
That's why I play Chromesoft X.
That's why I play the Chromesoft Truvis.
Welcome back to the Golf Kingdom, and it's secret guest time. Yes, I on purpose didn't tell you about my guest because I want you to be surprised. Let me give you some information about him, and I want you to be thinking of names because I happen to think this guy is one of the legends in golf, one of the unheralded legends of golf. So listen to this. 8-time PGA winner. Won 8 times on the PGA Tour, 9 times on the Champions Tour. Won a major championship by 6 shots. You can't see him. He's behind me. I'm blocking him. But he's a legend. He's a legend, and I'll give you a big hint here, from the University of Maryland. Yeah, Terrapin Pride. Let me step back and reveal this guy. It's Fred Funk. Fred, thank you for joining us here in the Golf Kingdom. Great to have you.
It's great to be here. That was a hell of a build-up.
Well, you're a heck of a player, and we're going to talk about that because you're in like every Hall of Fame in Maryland. But I have a question about the Maryland part to start with, because you started at the University of Maryland and got chopped off the team and then went to Prince George's Community College and came back to Maryland and qualified #1. So my question that I want to know, and everybody wants to know that's watching, is what changed in you as a player in those 2 years that helped you come back and be #1 at Maryland?
Oh, man, it is funny. I was a good high school player, and then when I got to Maryland my freshman year, they had a really good team. They had Dave Ziegler was the coach, and he came from LSU, and he was a good recruiter. And he had some guys we had 2 All-American honorable mention guys on the team, and they were playing 12 rounds of qualifying for 12 spots. And I actually got on the University of Maryland course, the one I grew up on, and I got on the second hole. It's like a 230-yard par 3, and I pulled it into a dry creek left of the green, way left of the green. And I tried to get out of that creek. It didn't work out so well. I made 12, and I ended up missing the team by 1. And he cut me because of that 12. I mean, I would have made it by about 10 shots if I just get out of there with a par. 7 shots or so. And he cut me. And then I flunked out. My grades weren't good, and I was working hard. I had 2 jobs. One was at the golf course. And I went to junior college, and it was really funny because all the derelicts that particular year that were from PG County, I call them the derelicts. We were all derelicts. We're going to a junior college, and we were all the #1 players for our respective teams, and we all knew each other. And we smoked them on a scrimmage match at University of Maryland. And we went to the Junior College Nationals both years, and we did really well. When I got back to Maryland, I was playing a lot better, and they didn't have as good a team back then when I came back. But we had I didn't play just #1. I was between 1 and 3. But it was a good experience. And then I ended up finishing up my eligibility, but I had 18 credits left, and I didn't want to go back because I hated school. And my coach told me, you got to go back and finish up. So I did. I took 18 credits in the final semester, made the dean's list, which I never did before. And had I not had that degree, I wouldn't have been able to coach at Maryland. So that was a big deal. In hindsight, I probably would have never made the tour had I not followed the path that I followed.
That's amazing. And those paths, they get really interesting sometimes. You don't see it at the moment, but there it is when you look back at it. And speaking of looking back at it, let's talk about this. Remember, I said, I think you're a legend in the game because you've done some legendary stuff, like winning a major championship by 6 shots. Not many guys do that, and you won the Senior Open by 6. Talk to us about that week and what was just on that week.
Everything was on that week, but the most exciting part of it was I was paired Greg Norman and myself the last 2 days in a twosome and in the last group. And I ended up just getting on a hot streak at Crooked Stick, and the course was set up good. The fairways were running. It had a lot of rough, but the greens were holding, and it kind of worked out into my advantage where I was still hitting longer stuff even back then into the greens, but I could hold my shots so they weren't rock hard. So my proximity to the hole was really good. I hit the most fairways. I had a great putting week, but I shot 20 under, which is the all-time under par in any USGA event because it was a par 72. A lot of times they play par 70s and they get lower scores there. But I won by 6, and And then that win in the Players Championship at age 48, almost 49, was huge. So that was good.
Let's check in on that Players Championship win. That's a perfect little jump because you won on your home course at the time. Now, you're in Texas now, but you were 30 plus years in Ponte Vedra. And winning on your home course, I've always said, is tough because your aggregate score on your home course is like 52 or 3. You've made eagles, hole-in-ones. So you're used to man, I always birdie this hole. And then you play that tournament there and you don't birdie the hole you always birdie. So you won the Players on your home course. Why do you think it's so hard for the guys that live there, other than that reason, to go out and win and contend that week?
It plays totally different then. They get the greens as firm as they can get them that time of year, which sometimes it doesn't work out that way. And in my particular year, we had so much rain on the first 4 days, Thursday through Sunday. We only had 50 holes done, and I had to play 22. Actually, I played 20. How many did I play? 36. I played 32 holes that day. So
Wow.
actually only got 40 holes in. I'm sorry, 40 holes in the first 4 days. It rained and rained and rained. And then we wake up on Monday and it's blowing 30 plus miles an hour, sunny, about 75 degrees, but it was blowing so hard. And it ended up taking the bombers out of play more or less because they're hitting the ball really high and they're flying it into the rough, and the rough was really thick because they could never get mowers on it. And I was hitting my little pea shooter down underneath the wind, and I had great control of my ball that day, and ended up turning into a Players Championship. So that was pretty cool.
Now, let me ask you a question. The New Orleans event on tour, they have walk-up music that they play for the players. If you had to pick between these two, play that funky music, White Boy, or We Got the Funk, which one are you going to have them play for you?
I like Uptown Funk, actually.
Uptown Funk, there's a good one.
I like that one.
That's a good one. Uptown.
I thought of that.
Yeah.
I was wanting to play that event just because I could do a great walk-up song.
That would be one of the legendary walk-up songs. Fred Funk, Uptown Funk. There's your song. Thanks for being here with us in the Golf Kingdom. And I'll tell you what, I think you're a legend, winning by 6, 11, and cleaning out the skins. I'm inducting you into our Golf Kingdom Hall of Fame, and hopefully one day you'll get in the big one too. Thanks again for being part of our show here in the Golf Kingdom.
Thank you. It was great, guys. Take care.
Thanks a bunch. Stay tuned. We got more great stuff to help your game, and we'll be back faster than one chip and one putt.
When we think speed, we think about speed tuning every aspect of the new Rogue ST drivers.
Really? I just think about smashing it.
When we think total power, we think of our tungsten speed cartridge.
A what speed cartridge?
I don't know, but I like what it does.
When we think max distance, we think that
Oh, that's bomb!
with our fastest, most stable driver ever, there's only one thing you'll think about.
Smoked it.
Bombed. See ya.
Think speed. Go Rogue with Callaway, the kings of distance.
Okay, thanks for joining me. It's our Golf Kingdom field tripping. Who doesn't love field trips? Everybody loves to go on a field trip. It meant we weren't in school or class. Well, we're here at my indoor studio. We call it the Sanctuary at Strano Golf, and it's in Destin, Florida, and we have simulator bays set up to practice in, and I've got a really good one here. We're set up on the 17th hole, island green at the TPC Sawgrass, and I'm not set up on the tee. I'm set up in the drop area. We're going to learn how to play these tough little drop area shots and see if we can't figure out how to play a little 70-yarder when we've hit our tee shot in the water, because most players don't know how to do that. Even some of the tour players, when you watch the tournament, still hit 1 or 2 more in the water. Let's talk about my wedge system, which is numbered S1 to S7, that allows you to do this. Now, guess what? You've already got S7 in my wedge system. That's a full swing. If you can do S7, well, you can do S6, which is 3/4. And then you've got S5, and S4 is the one we're going to focus on today. Let me take you through an S4 wedge shot. So when we get set up, here's my normal full swing setup with this club. You can see my base is pretty wide. Well, when I hit this shot, I narrow up, I open my stance, meaning I pull my lead foot back, I lean my weight on my lead foot, and I don't shift. Shifting is a power source, and I don't want that power source. So we're stuck here on my lead foot. I go back, I make an L with my lead arm and shaft vertical, and then from here, I'm gonna come through to almost a full finish, kind of a 3/4 finish. Yeah, I bet you never thought about where you finish the shot, but I've got to finish the front side to get on that green and go 70 yards. If I dump the follow through, guess where I'm gonna dump the ball? In the lake. So I wanna get to that 3/4 finish, hold it, and that should be the perfect shot, the S4 to go 70. Let's see if we can do it here. So with any shot, I'm gonna take my practice swings to feel the shot. Right here, feeling the shot. I love the feel of that. Let me get my line. I got my line. Here we go. I'm going to get set up, check my target, get in position, L back swing, finish the shot. Let's see what we got here. It's a little left of the flag. It's going to be on the green, kicking into the middle, staying on the green. So there it was right there, the S4 wedge shot. That's what we want when we do this. We want to get back here, but understand we've got to complete the front side of this shot to get it up on the green. Do that, and you'll master these tricky shots over water from your drop areas. On the golf course, lots can happen, and that's what this is. It's our It Happens segment here in the Golf Kingdom. And I'm on a hole where it's a dog leg left around the corner. I've hit it in the left half of the fairway on this par 5. I've got to go around the corner. You can see the big pine tree hanging in. I got to go around that. So how do I play this and not screw it up? Here's what I help you with It Happens to get it right. First thing I need to know a yardage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to laser straight ahead. So if I take a laser reading straight ahead, I know what my through number is. It's 200 yards dead straight ahead through the fairway. Now, if I hit a push, which I never do, I'm going to look to the right and get a yardage there. My push yardage is 180. So I've got 180, 200, and around the corner where there's a lot of fairway, I just can't see what's over there. Here's what you got to do. The 200-yard yardage. I know that this club I've picked, if I hit it straight, will not go 200 yards into the trees on the far side of the fairway. I'm trying to turn it right to left so it gets around over there where all that fairway is. I can't see behind that pine tree. Here's how we play this shot. So I'm going to get in there. I'm going to pull my stance closed, pull my shoulders closed, leave my club face pointed straight ahead. I'm going to make my normal swing in to out, and I'm going to let this closed setup turn the ball right to left. So I'm going to get my line here. I'm aiming straight ahead on that line right there. I'm going to walk in. I'm going to aim on that line right there. I like that. Now I'm closing my stance, closing my shoulders, and this is going to get the ball turning over into the part of the fairway I can't see. So here we go. Oh, is that any good? Turning right to left, right over right. I can't even see it land, but I know there's lots of fairway over there. And even if I hit it straight, I picked a club that wouldn't get me in trouble. Everybody's got a rangefinder. I bet your buddy's got one if you don't. Have them laser that number and go, dude, if I hit this straight, I'm going to lose this golf ball. Well, pick a club that if you hit it straight, you won't lose it, and then turn it around the corner, and if you hit it straight, you're fine. If you turn it, you're perfect. Use this on the course, and when it happens, it won't happen to you. It's our Time to Rise segment, and I'm going to warm myself up and give you something hot to think about here. So, golf and life, we like to do things that we like to succeed and win. But the question is, what's your reason for it? So check this out. In golf, we play and we compete to pad our trophy case. That's Jack Nicklaus's trophy case at Muirfield Village. Next picture, check this one out. This is my good friend Bob Golvey's trophy case at my home course, St. Clair. And here's the Masters trophy right there. The next one, look at this. Whoa! That's Annika Sorenstam's trophy case. Look at all this hard work and practice that paid off and resulted in championships. So here's the question. What's your motivation for success? It can be money, but money really doesn't do it. It's just kind of a derivative of what happens. We do things work-related, golf-related, sports-related, because we love to compete and we have fun doing it. And at the end, they give us a trophy and we pose with it. We love trophies. When I was a kid, I had 2 trophy shelves. When I filled one, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to fill the second one too. I didn't want to have empty trophy shelves. I just won a tournament back in May, and I've got a nice little crystal trophy. You know what? I got a check for it too, but you know what the most important thing was? The crystal trophy. Yeah, that came home with me on the plane. I didn't check that. It was with me on the plane. So as we compete, remember, have your motivation right. Make sure it's fun, but make sure the win results in something that you love and are proud of also. Wow, we're at the end of another show, and it's time for me to recap it in my Strand notes. So here come the notes. Note number 1, we talked about right away, helping you finish correctly by getting your right shoulder low and forward to avoid fat shots. Then we went out on the golf course, and I helped you understand front flags, how to hit appropriate wedge shots to a front flag. Yeah, feel like you're going to hit the top of the flag with it, not try to squeeze it in the front of the green. And then the last thing was another on-course segment where you have a blind layup, and I said trust that there's golf course where you're going to hit it when you have to go around a blind corner. Now, for more fun stuff from the Golf Kingdom, be sure you jump out there. You can watch all the past episodes on Roku and Amazon Fire. Also, you can find us on social media at Rob Strano or at the Golf Kingdom on all the social media platforms. Thanks again for joining me here in the Golf Kingdom. Okay, well, if you hung around here after the credits, we got the Fast Five with Fred Funk. So 5 questions, and let's see what's up his sleeve here. So Fred, here we go. First question, you ready? It's late at night, you're tiptoeing downstairs. What's your sneaky snack you're after?
Ice cream.
What kind of ice cream?
Great Divide, vanilla and chocolate.
Ah, okay, that's a good one. Okay, it's the halfway house. Your Spalding Smales. Hamburger, hot dog, cheeseburger. What are you grabbing?
Well done hot dog.
Well done hot dog. Well, I'm running the halfway house, and you'll get nothing like it. You're playing golf, and you don't have your golf logoed hat. You have a random hat with a logo on it. What's the logo going to be?
Folds of Honor.
Folds of Honor. Same one Michael Breed's got. I love Folds of Honor. Great, great group. Favorite sports movie?
Sports movie.
Yeah.
Oh man. Golly. Tin Cup was really good except for the ending.
I agree.
Caddyshack. Golf movie. If I'm going golf movies now, the original Caddyshack is phenomenal.
That's hard to beat.
I gotta go Rudy.
Oh yeah, I'm a Notre Dame guy. Love Rudy. That's an awesome choice. Okay, last question in the Fast Five for the human chalk line, Fred Funk. Here you go. You ready? Hardest hole to birdie. Augusta 12, Players 17.
Augusta 12.
Augusta 12.
Yeah.
That always seems like it's a tough one to sneak one in, isn't it?
It is. They're both tough though. It's a tougher green on 17. Easier to hit. 12, if you hit the green, but more light. You're usually not even aiming for the pin at 12.
So 12 at Augusta, I agree. That one always seems like no one makes birdie there. You see a few wiggled in on 17 at the Players. Fred Funk, that's been the Fast Five. Go get you some ice cream. Thanks for joining us here in the Golf Kingdom.
Got it, guys. Thanks.